Have you seen the iron with the Maréchal de Lafayette? He's buried in Leicester, yes. And his grandson, one of his descendants, Jacques de Lafayette, married Marie-Madeleine Pioche de la Vergne here. She is the famous Madame de Lafayette, the writer who made the Princesse de Clèves and several this couple had a son, but they had only one granddaughter. It was the last one of the eldest branch. It was the Duchess of La Trémouille. That was the late 17th century, and at this time they tried to find the descendants of the second branch. You see, from far, you see there are two very separate, 15th generations about, and they find the cousin of this time, the Motier de Champetier, and it was General Lafayette's grandfather. He married in 1706, I suppose it was told to you, in Chavagnac, the last of the Chavagnac d'Auvergne, and so that's the reason why the Chateau de Chavagnac came in the family. Just like in 1900, Vollore came in the descendants too. So that's why also the young Gilbert was born on the 6th of September 1757 in Chavagnac. He was the son of Roque Gilbert, and his mother was the daughter of the Marquess of La Rivière. Unfortunately, he lost his father as he was 2 years old. His father was killed in the Battle of Minden in the 7th years war of Louis XV, so against the British. And he was bred by grandmother in Chavagnac all the young years of his life, with the grandmother and the two aunts, the sisters of his father. So General Lafayette was always with ladies. That's very, I think, important for the story of his life after that. And unfortunately, he lost his mother as he was 13, and so the grandmother it was very sad, but there was a compensation. It was very rich then, because he inherited all the Lafayette fortune, so it's not very big, but he inherited all the La Rivière fortune. His mother's father was a very rich man. He died at this time. And so in 1773, the grandmother sends the young Lafayette to Paris to make studies. And at this time, when a young man of a very good old family, but that's not enough, but very rich, it's very interesting for people who have little girls to get married. And so, of course, it was one of the most famous families of this time, the Noailles family, who is very interested by Lafayette. And the old Duke of Noailles thinks it would be very good for the second granddaughter, Adrienne, the daughter of his son, the Duc d'Ayen. The wedding is organized. Adrienne is only 12, and so her mother says, "Oh, well, stop a little," and so they wait a little, but they got married, very young, because Lafayette was half past 16, and the young Adrienne was 14. But it was a real wedding. This time we got married very young, because Adrienne had her first baby, little Henriette, who died quite early, but Henriette was born, she was 15 and a half years old. That's very young. So after that, the couple had 3 other children, one girl, Anastasie, one son, whose Christian name was George Washington. He was born in December 1979. We are going to speak of that with the war. And then another girl, Virginie. You went in Lagrange. Lagrange was a heritage of the Virginie branch, the Lasteyrie branch, and it was rebought by René de Chambrin to his cousins. And now it's a museum. Well, it's a Fondation, José and René de Chambrin, but you know that. And the elder branch, Anastasie, married le Comte de la Tour Maubourg, and they got married abroad because Lafayette was was in jail at this time in Austria, and Napoleon did not like at all Lafayette, and Lafayette did not like Napoleon, and so he went only in 1799 back to France in Lagrange, where you went, I think, and he retired there. But he had married his eldest daughter in Hamburg with the La Tour-Maubourg family, which is a very French family. And this family, there are lots of descendants of these branches, the girls, and funny thing is that the king of Belgium is a descendant of Lafayette, because Paola Ruffo di Calabria was a descendant of Anastasia. We had the visit of King Aubert and Paola 2 years ago here, and it was quite fun. But the only son was George Washington. He was born in December 1779, and he married Émilie de Tracy, the daughter of the philosopher Tracy, and they had 5 children. Don't worry, I'll be very quick to. And so 5 children, 2 boys and 3 girls. Very happy. That makes lots of descendants because there were no many Lafayette. And unfortunately, the 2 boys, no more children. One, Edmond, will never get married, and the other one is Oscar. His birth is here. He married Nathalie de Puzy, the daughter of a great friend of Lafayette and of General Lafayette, because he was man in jail in Austrian with him. And unfortunately, they had a son, but he died when he was born with the mother too. So he was very sad, and there was no more wedding and no more descendants. But these 2 boys had 3 sisters. The 3 sisters are painted here by Harry Scheffer, and the one of the right here is Mathilde, and Mathilde married Maurice de Puzy. Two weddings with the Puzy family, and they were allowed to take the name of Lafayette, and so Gilbert de Puzy Lafayette, who married Marie-Louise Dumas, they are my wife's grandparents. That's I finished for the family.